Welcome to the promotion scope. Welcome to the replay. Hello. How you doing this evening? Oh, it's probably morning if you're watching the replay. How are you today? I am ready for the warmth to come. I am so ready for the warmth to come. How you doing? Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about getting started with your promotion. I got a few tips to offer, and I get that question all the time. Hello, how are you? How to get started, what should I do, when to get started, making time to promote. So we're going to talk about getting started. Hi, Aisha. Welcome. So I want to just jump on in there, all right? I am LaShonda Hoffman, your promotion coach. I'm all about helping you, to stay consistent with your book promotion. I am the author of the best-selling book, Building Online Relationships. It's a book about helping you stay consistent with your promotion. It takes you step by step on what you need to do to get your book in front of new readers. And so this is what I talk about. I talk about this book in this scope. And so today we're going to be talking about who is your reader and where does your reader hang out. That's part of getting started. When I talk to clients about getting started, the first thing I ask them is, who is your reader? Because that is very important when it comes to creating your plan for your promotion, is knowing who your reader is and where you can find your reader. A lot of authors just say, everybody's my reader. And you can't say that. You have to break it down a little bit. You got to find out who your reader is. And I'll use me as an example. When I wrote my book, the book was for writers. That's when I started writing, that's what I said. Who my reader is, I was being open. I was saying it's writers. That's who's the book for. But as I started getting into the book and writing it and learning more about how to break down who your reader is, I realized that my reader was a writer, but which type of writer? And so that was very important. So I knew that this book was for the newbie. I knew that going in, that this book was for the new writer, the newly published writer, or the writer that's right there just about to get published. That's who this book was for. But I also realized that I had a lot of writers who had books out there, but they were kind of still stuck with their promotion because they hadn't made any plans. They just was winging it. So this book is for those who need a little help with pushing themselves out there to jumpstart the promotion. And then I realized that this book was also for business owners, because I'm a business owner. And this book was all the things that I learned how to do to get my business off its feet. And so this book is definitely helpful for business owners who are online. And it can help you a little bit with offline, but most of the tips are for online stuff. So if you're a newbie and you just started your business, or maybe you've been in business for a little while and you still haven't really got a niche on how to create a plan for your business, this book is for you too. So one of the things that I had to learn was, who was my reader? I just told you how I broke it down. Who is my reader? That's something that you have to do, is break down who your reader is. So inside the book, I include a profile so you can get a picture of who your one-person reader is. Who's that one person? I name my reader after my mom. Her name is Brenda. So I say my reader is Brenda. She's 45 to 65 years old. She loves to read. She is an avid reader. She loves writing stories, and she wants to be published one day. And so she wants to learn how to do everything there is to know about publishing a book. And that's how you break down your profile on your reader. You want to know everything about that person. You want to know what they do. You want to know how much money they got to spend. That's my name, Brenda. Are you serious? Hey, Brenda. That's my favorite person's name, Brenda. And so you want to know everything about that person, what's going on with that person, and your age range. Okay. What they want, how much money they have, because you want them to have some money so they can buy your book, And if they don't, then you want them to go to the library. That's something that's important. If they can't buy your book and your book is at the library, then you want them to be able to borrow it from the library. You want to know everything about them. So the profile in the book helps you kind of break down a little bit about your person, that you're Brenda. And then, gives you a picture of where they are. And so the questions in there ask you about your ideal reader. Like I told you, I had to break my reader completely down, so I ended up having 3 ideal readers for this book: a newbie, the seasoned writer, and then the business owner. All right. So number 3. So now you know who your reader is. So now you want to know, where does my reader hang out? Why is this important? Because this is where you're going to be promoting at. So you need to know where they hang out at. When you know where your reader hangs out at, then you also know what type of promotion content you need to create. Yep, you got work to do. Like I told you, we're not going to wing it. One of the things that you're going to learn this week is what to do, how to create your plan. And so that's going to be part of getting you started. So today we're talking about your figuring out who your reader is and what to do with where your reader is. Okay, so for instance, knowing what kind of content you're going to create helps a lot. Like, say for instance, if you started your mailing list, that's one of the things that you're supposed to do when you're getting started, is having a mailing list. And hopefully you already have your mailing list. If not, then that's one of the things you're going to put on your need to do list for getting started with your promotion, is creating your mailing list. And we've talked about that a lot. So your mailing list, your content you can create for that is email marketing. You can do some newsletters. You can do some special sales just for your readers. You can do, showcase the book when it comes out to them. Do a new release. Or give them a sneak peek of the new book that's coming out. I say your mailing list is your VIP group. Those people get the stuff that nobody else gets. Nobody on your social media, nobody on your blog, nobody on your in the groups you're in. Only the people that's on your mailing list. You know why? Because they have given you their email address. They trust you enough to give you their email address, and so they are the special readers. Those are your super fan readers. You want them to get all the juicy stuff that you tell to your fans. They learn all the stuff before anybody else does, so they can go online and go, the book comes out on this day and we got an excerpt and you didn't. So that's how you want them to feel. It's very special. All right. And so when you're on social media, you're going to be creating different types of content for them too. Your social media campaigns, different things. Like if you're in the Facebook groups, you want to have your different stats that you're going to put in your Facebook. If you got a Facebook page, which I'm sure you do, then you're going to have content that you're putting on your Facebook page. If your readers are on LinkedIn, then you got groups on LinkedIn. You got special social media posts that you put on LinkedIn. Maybe your readers are on Goodreads. So then you got Goodreads. They have groups, so you can be in there talking different types of content in there. And you're going to create contests on Goodreads. What if your readers are on Twitter? Then you got to create a social media campaign to go on Twitter. You're posting different things on Twitter. Twitter is 140 characters, so you got to come up with different content to put on Twitter every day. If your readers are on Instagram, same thing. You make another social media campaign, but this time you're using graphics. Our pictures. Maybe you've been to some events. You showcase the events. Maybe you got a new book cover, so you showcase the book cover. Those are different types of things that you can put on Instagram. Maybe they're on online events, and so you go into the online events. You got to create, if you got to create content for the online events. Maybe it's a book fair. The book fair that I attended, I had to make posts for each day that I was on there, and then they gave you 3 times that you can post something. You didn't want to post the same thing, so you got to create content for that, and that takes time to do the same thing for that too. Maybe they're on Pinterest. Pinterest is a great way to showcase stuff too. You create boards for Pinterest. You can create a board for your book. You can create a board for your characters. You can create a board for the food they ate. You can create a board for the clothes they wear. Different boards and stuff. So that's content that you got to put on Pinterest. What if your readers are on blogs and they love reading blogs and they like reading your blog? So there's more content. You got to go to the blogs. You can make comments. That's content. You got to make, maybe you decide you want to be the guest blogger. So you got to make some more content for that. And then your own content for your blogs. It's a lot of content, isn't it? So see, that's just getting you started on your readerships. And tomorrow we're going to talk about taking that content and putting it into a plan. And so those are some different things that you can do. I'm not going to be here long. If you have any questions for me, I'm definitely open for answering questions for you. Getting started with your promotion takes time. It takes and you have to schedule the time to get started promoting. I don't never recommend winging it and just going out there doing things. You want to have a plan so you know exactly what you're doing with your promotion. You also want to know what the results of your promotion is, because you don't want to continue to keep doing the same things over and over again and you're getting no results. You know, that's when your promotion mindset, we talked about that before, your mindset goes down, 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 because you're not selling. You know, you telling people, you know, like I have a promotion that's going on right now. I want to sell 49 books. 49 of these printed copy books. And so I'm telling everybody I know that if you don't have this in a print copy, order it from me today and I'll ship it out tomorrow. And I want to reach 49 for my 49th birthday. That's a social media campaign that I created to do for my book, to get it out there, to hopefully sell some books, hopefully meet some new readers, and hopefully get some new reviews. So see, that's 3 things that I want. I want to sell some books, I want to meet some new readers, and I want to what was the third one? My mind went completely blank. Crazy. You know, where can you purchase it? On LaShondaHoffman.com. You go right there to LaShondaHoffman.com. Go to my books, and you can click the link, and it'll take you to buy. You can buy a print version of it. You know, you want to have a plan for what you want to do with your things. Oh, new reviews. Thank you. My mind went completely blank. That's because that was off the cuff. I didn't have that on my little thing. So I ain't got nothing to look back to. But you want to have a plan, and that's my plan for that campaign, is to really to get some new reviews. If I can get 49 reviews, wouldn't that be fantastic? You know, I'd be happy with 10, but 49 reviews from new readers, you know, and when I picked 49, I was like, that's not a lot of people, but I wasn't trying to be thousands, you know, that's just, I know, overwhelming. You know, it's slow to sell books and it's slow to get new readers. And so I was trying to be bold and stuff. And so, you know, I sold 10 books. That's 10 books. I'm close to, my birthday is March 19th, so I got a little ways to go, but I'm trying to get it out there and I'm telling people about it. And this is I think this is the first time I talked about it on the Scope. And so, you know, put it out there to people. That's part of my promotion plan. I have a plan of what I want to do each month. I have something different that I'm doing each month to promote myself, to promote my book, and to get myself out there. And that's what I'm trying to teach you, is to do the same thing. Each month I want you doing something different every month, so you don't feel overwhelmed, but you're doing something different each month. You know, so in the month of March, we're talking about making you some plans. Hello, David. Welcome. I'm going to share with you what I'm doing in the month of March. The month of March, my birthday month, I am going to be hosting 2 workshops. The first workshop is called Rocking Your Online Promotion, and it's a 2-week workshop, and it shows you how to create your plan, how to be consistent, how to make time for promotion, and then we're going to talk about how to promote on social media. And so this class is $97. This is the, I see if you can see the thing. That's the registration. And you all are getting the first little tidbit about it, because I haven't broadcasted it yet. I'm just I just came up with it this weekend, and so I'm making up the pages for it. But this is, if you want to get be the early bird up in there and get in there to get your slot, because I'm not gonna host too many people, probably maybe 25 people at the most. Because I want people to get the one-on-one with me. I don't want them to feel like they're overwhelmed and nobody's talking to them in the class. And so this class will be hosted on my Facebook my Facebook group, so we can, you know, talk to each other and stuff. And so I'm really excited to be able to help you create a plan. If you don't have a plan and you don't know where to start with the plan, this is the class for you. I will take you step by step on how to create your plan and get you out there so you can jumpstart your promotion. Okay? So I hope you did a screenshot of it if you're interested. And if not, hit me up at lchwriter@gmail.com and I'll send you an invoice and you can get started and we'll set you up for it. Starts March the 7th to the 18th. 2 weeks, and every day we're gonna be working that work. I'm gonna get you working, but by the time you finish me, you're gonna have your plan to get you started, at least a 3-month plan to get you started, and a social media plan to get you started with your promotion, and then you'll know what you can do for the rest of the year. Now, the second class is for those who are ready to rock their magazine. I get a lot of people, because I do an online magazine. That's where I started at with my promotion. That's how I got into learning how to do promotion with my own magazine, Surmag Digital. I have people who contact me all the time about starting a magazine, but they don't realize is they're not ready. So this I can't talk. This workshop is about seeing if you're ready to rock your magazine. You know, how to get it started, what you need, what's the contents, different things like that. It's questions. You know, a lot of people come up with this idea of doing a magazine, but you still have a whole bunch of different steps that you have to do. So this is the steps before you even start getting the magazine together. This workshop is a one-day workshop, March the 7th, from 8 to 10 p.m. and it's a tele-workshop, so I'll be talking to you, and you can actually ask me questions and things like that. And it's about getting yourself ready to get your magazine in order. You know, if when people contact me and they say, "Oh, I want to do a magazine," and I say, "What's your magazine about? Who's your audience? How often will you publish it? Will it be online? Will it be digital?" They're looking at me with like, huh? Because they haven't answered those questions. They just want to do a magazine. They just like, "Oh, I want to do a magazine." And it's a whole bunch that goes into it. And so if you're interested in doing a magazine, this is you getting the first one too. I sent out a post on my Facebook page this morning for it. But this is the link to it. And so if you're interested in that, it's also $97, and it starts in March. It's March the 7th. And if you want to do your magazine, or you're thinking about doing a magazine, or you want to do a magazine but you don't have a clue where to get started at, this is the class to take. I will answer all your questions and hopefully get you ready so you can set up your plan for your magazine. Okay, so those are my little things that I'm doing in March. Remember I said I'm do something different each month, so that's what I'm going to be doing next month. And I'll meet some new people. Just get ready to meet some new people, share my content with them. So those are things that I will be doing in March. I don't know what I'm going to do for April. I haven't really sat down and changing my stuff up. I've been doing quarterly. So I've done January, February, and now March. And then I'll sit down maybe mid-March and decide on April, May, and June. I found that when I do it quarterly, it doesn't seem so overwhelming, and I don't feel like I can't achieve my goals for the year. I recommend that for others to do it quarterly versus trying to do it all out in 1 year, because then you get overwhelmed and then you don't want to do it. So you want your promotion plan to move smoothly, not feel like it's beating you up. So for those who just popped in, I am LaShonda Hoffman. I'm your promotion coach. I help writers and business owners stay consistent with their online promotion. We're talking about getting started with your promotion, and one of the first things, I'm going to go over the 3 things that I recommended to you. One was who is your reader, and where does your reader hang out? You need to know who your reader is. You need to know everything about that reader. You know, I want you, and I was saying in my book, I have a profile about who your reader is, and you answer these questions about your reader so you can get the ideal reader and maybe name them. I named my reader. Her name is Brenda, after my mom. You know, who is your ideal reader? What does that reader want from you, the writer? What are they expecting from you, the writer? And what is it that you're expecting from your reader? You know, I had a friend that was telling me she wrote different stuff, and once she started looking at it, she had to think about who her reader was, and it wasn't who she thought it was. She thought it was, you know, that it was, she wrote Christian fiction, but she thought her readers were Christian readers, but that wasn't who she was after. She was after the sinners. So she had to really, you know, take time and look at that again and go, okay, I need to be not in the Christian groups and stuff. I need to be out in the world. And so she had to, you know, that's how, if you know exactly who your reader is, what type of reader they are, then you know where to go for your readers. And the same way, I talked about a lot about online stuff, places that you can go, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, blogs. You know, and those are different places that readers hang out. And so you want to be where the readers are hanging out. You want to be there, and you want to have your content You want to make a lot of content for your promotion, and so you want to have the right content to go for each one of these. You know, if you're on Twitter, then they just started putting pictures on there, but it used to be you couldn't post pictures on Twitter. You could post a link to it, and you had to click on it to go to it. Now you can post a picture, and it'll actually show up in the feed, but you know, a couple of years ago, it didn't work that way. So, you know, you want to know what can come up in the feed and what showcases. Same way with if you're using Instagram, you don't want to just post stats. That's not what people are doing on Instagram. They're looking at graphics, they're looking at pictures, they want to see stuff. It's all about visual. So you need to know when you go into these different social media platforms, what is it that they're looking for, what is it that they want, and what can you contribute to share your value, to share what's going on with you, so people can start building relationships with you. You know, you don't want to be on there doing rants all the time. That's not what a writer is about. If you want to do rants, then you don't want to be a writer. You want to be drawing people to you, not pushing people away. You know, so you want to be having the good content that when people see your stuff, they're like, oh my God, that was so inspirational. I love that. Oh my goodness, that was a good excerpt. What was that book about? What's the name of that book again? Let me click. Did she leave a link? Let me click. And if you're going to be leaving some tidbits about your book, leave a link. I have people that showcase stuff all the time, and they never give us a call to action. They just give me a taste of the book. Here's the thing. People are not going to go looking for stuff. So you want them to click as soon as if they finish reading and it sounds good, ding me so I can go and buy it right then and there. Don't be saying, oh, here's the title, and let you go look for it. You think they're going to go look for it? No, they're going to keep on down their feed. So you want to keep them in your little square. You want them to click that the little link and go on and buy the book. You don't want them to go on down the feed looking at somebody else's stuff going, oh, her book sounds good. Oh, and she got a click. Call of action. I learned that the hard way. Always, always, always include a call of action in any of your social media content, any of your content that you send out, because people don't have time to go. We are instant right now, people. We don't have time to go look you up. We don't want to say, oh, Aisha's book, it sounds good, but she didn't say where it was located at. Is it on Amazon? Is it on Barnes and Noble? Or do I got to go to iTunes? Now, let me go and see. What about LaShonda? Oh, LaShonda book right here. Build it. Click. Bam. Instantly. One of the things I learned when I started doing it, I do a newsletter for Sorbag. It's one of my promotion things I do. It's called Book Teasers. And Book Teasers, and I have one called New on the E-Reader. And both of those are instant buys. People, I had a lady contact me and told me to take her off my mailing list. I'm like, what? What happened? And she's like, I am spending too much money. She told me, you keep sending me these books and I keep buying them. And I'm laughing because I'm like, you don't have to buy every book. You know, I was showcasing at least 7 books each newsletter. I'm like, you buying every book? I know the people are happy you buying it, but you don't have to. But she's like, oh, they sound so good. I want all of them. And she's clicking the button, click, click, click. And I tell people all the time, people, especially if they got some funds, they got some money, they gonna buy it. They have no problem clicking, bam, bam. People buy what they want. They always do. And remember that. They always do. And if that's something that intrigues them, that book sounds exciting to them, that's something that needs in their soul right then and there, they're gonna buy your book. They're gonna click it and buy it. I have learned that the hard way, and I have learned that the good way. So, you know, when you need something, if you need my book, Building Online Relationships, you know, click my LaShondaHoffman.com and get the copy of it. I can't do the link on Twitter. I can't even talk on Periscope, but that's just it. You know, you want people to click and buy. So always give them a call to action. All right, I didn't have any questions, but I've got some hearts, and I so appreciate them. Thank you so much. I have enjoyed talking to you this evening. Tomorrow we will be talking about the plan, working on your plan of getting started with your promotion, because you got to get started. If you don't get started, you never will. You know, I have people that tell me all the time, I just don't have the time. You have to make the time for promotion. 15 minutes. That's all I ask for you is 15 minutes. If you give me 15 minutes each day, you can promote. You know, I talked to somebody, I posted this weekend. I said, are you promoting? It was Valentine's. I said, are you promoting your book today? And most people said, no, I'm not promoting. And you know what I told them? I said, you should be. And they're like, I'm not doing nothing today. I said, that's the stuff that's scheduled. Remember I told you about scheduling? You want to schedule your promotion so when it's a vacation. Yesterday was a vacation day for me. President's Day. I didn't even get on social media. I read a couple of things with my phone, but I was being lazy. And guess what? I had scheduled stuff. So my stuff was going out. It looked like people probably saying, LaShawna was on social media. She's saying she went on social media. I didn't get on social media until the Grammys came on. And then I got on and I talked about the Grammys later on that night. But earlier, all the stuff that went out for me was because it was already scheduled. When you don't feel like promoting, those are the days that you have everything scheduled up. So you don't have to do anything but say, I'm out there. People, I'm out there. I'm promoting every day. You can promote every day. You can. I heard a lady said today about getting on people's nerves. You getting on people's nerves with your promotion. And she said you can never get on people's nerves with your promotion because it's always somebody different, especially when you're doing online. There's always somebody different online. Always. And I had to remember that for myself because I'm like, oh, it's so hard to promote yourself out there and not feel like you're getting on people's nerves, and so you don't want to get on people's nerves. But if you just promote one time today, that's nothing. That's not getting in front of people. People are on social media 24/7. So you almost have to be 24/7 promoting. You have to get in there and show people who you are, what's going on with your books, and ask them to buy your books, ask them to sign up for your mailing list. You have to ask. If you don't ask, they will not volunteer to say, yes, okay. And I'm learning that with my own promotion, that if people come up to me all the time and say, oh, I didn't know you had a book, and I'm going, what? But that means I'm not doing my job. I'm not getting out there in front of the people the way I need to be getting out there in front of the people. So if somebody says, oh, I didn't know you was an author, you're not doing your job. You need to get on it and work a little bit more. Because everybody and their mama need to know that you're an author. Everybody and their mama need to know that I have this book, Building Online Relationships. I want everybody on the social media platforms, everybody in St. Louis, everybody all over around the world to know that I have this book. And they are welcome to purchase it. And that's how you have to look at it. That today, who saw me today? That's your goal for today. That's my goal every day. Who saw me today? Who saw me on social media today? How many people did I talk to today that I didn't talk to yesterday? That's my goal, and that's what I do. Today I talked to 3 new people and had conversations with them. And that's the same thing with you. Pick 3 people. That's not too hard to do each day. Meet 3 people. I said, what? Here's what I do. And I'm passing you on my tips. This is one thing I do. They give you a listing of birthday people every day. Go say happy birthday. Go say happy birthday. You want to do something freebie? I give a freebie out. Give a freebie out to that person that it's your birthday. They got to contact you back to get the freebie, right? So you building relationships. They're excited that you sent them a birthday gift, and they want to talk back to you. Most time, mine is a free promotion because they go. I know I have people that don't never contact me, and I go, they're lost. Who's not gonna take a free promotion? Some people don't. They just don't. They get so busy that they miss their opportunity. I had somebody send me a message a year later. Oh my goodness, I forgot to use my birthday present. They contacted me, so I let them use their birthday present. I didn't have a problem with that. But, that's a way to meet some new people. Facebook sends you probably 5 or 6 birthdays every day. It's somebody's birthday every day. Go say hello, go say happy birthday, and mingle with that person. Read their page and see what kind of person they are. Look and see if that's somebody you want to stay in your following. Maybe it's not. Maybe you friended them and you didn't want to. I've done that a couple people. I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to unfriend you. And that's what I use. This year, I'm going back to the idea. I've been doing it. That's how you meet people. And go to the birthday, say happy birthday, read what's going on their page. Get into a conversation with them. If you don't want to talk to that person, then that's the person you need to unfriend because you don't need to. You're back, and so you don't want to go back to, that's how you can weed out people to get out of your listing. Once you get up to that 4,000, it really, really gets close to getting to 5,000. You're going, am I talking to all these people? Because most of the time you're not. And so that's a nice way to weed yourself out and also to start building some relationships. So those are my little special tips that I do for during the week with me meeting people on social media. Okay, so those are my tips for the night. I didn't have any questions. Nobody had no questions for me. That's okay, because you gave me hearts. I love the hearts. Yay, yay, yay. All right, so I will see you tomorrow. Same bedtime, hopefully 6:30. And one of the things that I'm learning, if you're on periscoping, is to be consistent. You don't have to come in at the same time every day, but if you're doing scopings, you need to be consistent. You know, try to do at least once a day. And that's what I'm trying to do, build myself up to try to do it once a day, you know. Because Periscope, if you don't know, is the only platform where you can't come back to. All the other platforms, you can go back and read stuff 3 or 4 days later. Well, Periscope is 24 hours only. So the content that you get here is hot for the 24 hours, and once it's done, it's done. So if the person doesn't save their content, you'll never see it ever again. So think about that when you're watching scopes or when you're doing your own scopes, that it's only up there for 24 hours. And so if you're not scoping but once a week, then you won't get anybody come and see you but once a week. So think about that when you're scoping. That's my other tip for today. So you all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you. And tell somebody about this scope. If it helped you, pass it on to somebody else, especially newbies. If you know some newbies that's just getting started and they don't have a clue, definitely tell them about this week. That's what we're going to be talking to them, the person who is just getting started with their promotion and getting themselves out there. And also tell them about my classes that I'm having. Have them hook me up, look me up. I'll be posting some information on my site in a few days about the classes, but I'm definitely here to help you start building your relationships, how to be consistent and creating plans for your promotion. And if you don't have my book, go get my book. Okay? Talk to you tomorrow. Have a great evening. All right, that's my information. If you want to get in touch with me, I have some digital goodies on my site. If you want to have a conversation with me, we can talk for 30 minutes at a virtual tea session. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.